that we have whatever it takes to make it. We can adapt. It's been inside of you all along. Inside my head there lives a dream that I wanna see in the sun. Behind my eyes there lives a me that I've been hiding for much too long. 'Cause I've been too afraid to let it show, 'cause I'm scared of the judgment that may follow. Always putting off my living for tomorrow. It's time to step out on faith. I gotta show my face. It's been elusive for so long, but freedom is mine today. I gotta step out on faith. Time to show my face. Procrastination had me down, but look what I have found. I found strength, courage, and wisdom, and it's been inside of me all along. Strength, courage, and wisdom inside of me. It's my jam. Behind my pride there lives a me that knows humility. Inside my voice there is a soul, and in my soul there is a voice. But I've been too afraid to make a choice, 'cause I'm scared of the things that I might be missing. Running too fast to stop to listen. Time to step out on faith. I gotta show my face. It's been elusive for so long, but freedom is mine today. Step out on faith. It's time to show my face. Procrastination had me down, but look what I have found. I found strength, courage, and wisdom, and it's been inside of me all along. Strength, courage, and wisdom inside of me. Oh, I close my eyes and I think of all the things that I want to see. 'Cause I know now that I've opened up my heart, I know that anything I want can be. Oh, so let it be. So let it be. So let it be. So let it be. Yeah. It's been inside of me all along. Strength, courage, and wisdom. It's been inside of me, yeah, all along, all along, yeah. Courage and wisdom. It's been inside of me all along, yeah. Inside of me. This is for my single brother struggling. This is for my young brother hustling. This is for my sons and my daughters, mothers and my sisters, brothers and my fathers. Though some days may catch you crying, we just gotta keep on trying. This is a song for you.
Purpose statement. Our purpose is to create a spiritual community that recognizes that there is one presence and one power in the universe, God. Daily, we actively practice this spiritual truth. We open our heart space to each person to acknowledge one another as expressions of God. It is in each other that we see God.
May our hearts be open. 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 May our hearts be open.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to today's Open Heart Spiritual Center virtual service. Thank you for joining us today, this wonderful, magnificent, beautiful day. We're so grateful to have you. And if you'll join me in just taking a breath in and releasing this breath, releasing all that has come before this time. Release it and let it go. Be present, be here and now. And just join me here as we just bless this service, bless all that play a part in today's service, all that have a part in today's service. The beautiful music, the affirmative reading, and the message. Yes, the message. And let us just open our hearts up to allow our message to pour right on in, pour right into your heart, and to take forth with you from this day what it is that you're here to know. What are you here to know? And I just greet you, I bless you, and I see the God in you. And let this celebration begin. And so it is.
comes from the heart reaches the heart. Good morning and welcome to our Heartstream. For this Sunday, September 22nd, I'm glad you joined us for this morning's Heartstream. It's always good to have you joining us. Thank you again for your support. Continue, please, to let people know about this Heartstream, let them know about the message that we're getting out, our New Thought Nation wisdom message that is very much needed in this time and very much needed in this world. Also, your financial contributions are always appreciated. Know that there are some ways in which we can contribute, and we appreciate you doing so. If you are one who already is supporting us, thank you for your support. If you have not or lapsed in your giving, today is a perfect day to start. So I hope that you will. Know that we are coming to the end of the month of September and we're moving into October. And there's some things that are going to be happening. The first Sunday in the month of October, first, we will have a very special guest speaker on our Heartstream, speaking to our Heartstream, from our Heartstream, however you want to, will be the Reverend Vicki Quinton, is the pastor of the Unity Church in Cordova, the Church of Practical Christianity. As you all know, several weeks ago, I spoke there. Thank you for those of you who came from open heart. And now Reverend Vicki is going to introduce himself to open heart in that way. I think you're hungry. From open heart, you know him. In fact, it's awesome. You know your faces when I was there that day. But he will be our speaker. That same Sunday at 11 a.m., I will be the guest speaker in the Unity Unity Christian Church of Memphis in Whitehaven. As you know, I speak there once a month, but I will be there again on the first Sunday in October. I hope that you will join me if possible. Appreciate always looking out into the congregation and saying some of you. I'm always honored and I'm always glad, and I look forward to this because I say it all sincerely. I greet you. I bless you. I see God in you.
Our affirmation for the month of September, finding your North Star. I am guided by my inner wisdom, aligning with my true purpose. My heart knows the way, and I trust the path unfolding before me. With clarity and confidence, I follow my North Star, shining brightly in the direction of my highest good. I am on the right path, and I embrace each step with faith and gratitude. Amen, Ashe, and so it is.
Today is a day like no other day. Just think and you'll know that it's true. Days like today should be holidays. So I'm singing this message to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Just have a happy day.
I'm trying to keep cheering up in here. I've been through so much in my life. I wish I had enough time to just tell you everything, but I don't. God has been good to me. He's been better to me than I've been to my own self. So for that, I'm blessed.
Waking up, thanking God. Every day is feeling just like Sunday. Feeling fly, moving high. Green light, everything's going my way.
Running clean, living dreams. Just left the bar and I'm feeling like Midas. Heard him say, give him praise. What's in the water got me feeling like this.
Not a day goes by that I don't try to thank the wonder why I'm loving life, come close and I tell you why. Ask me how I'm doing, I'm blessed, yes. Living every moment, no regrets. Smile upon my face, I'm like, oh, yes, I'm blessed, yes, I'm blessed, yes. Ask me how I'm doing, I'm blessed, yes. Living every moment, no regrets. Smile upon my face, I'm like, oh, yes, I'm blessed, yes, I'm blessed, yes.
Playing cards, living hard, barbecuing, waking up the whole lot. Music loud, turning out, everybody on the dance floor won't stop. Life is good, really good, and every moment, no, I can't forget. I gotta say, I won't change, and every day I'm filled with bliss.
And the day goes by that I don't try to thank the power inside. If you wonder why I'm loving life, come close and I tell you why. Ask me how I'm doing, I'm blessed, yes. Living every moment, no regrets. Smile upon my face, I'm like, oh, yes, I'm blessed, yes, I'm blessed, yes. Ask me how I'm doing, I'm blessed, yes. Living every moment, no regrets. Smile upon my face, I'm like, oh, yes, I'm blessed, yes, I'm blessed, yes.
Say, oh yes, oh, I'm blessed, I'm blessed,
I'm blessed, I'm
I
blessed,
say, oh yes,
oh yes,
I'm blessed, I'm blessed,
I'm blessed, I'm
I
blessed,
say, oh yes,
oh yes,
I'm blessed, I'm blessed,
I'm blessed, I'm
I
blessed,
say, oh yes,
oh yes,
I'm blessed, I'm blessed, I say, oh yes,
oh yes,
I'm blessed, I'm blessed,
I'm blessed, I'm
I
blessed,
say, oh yes,
oh yes,
I'm blessed, I'm
I'm
blessed,
blessed, I'm
I
blessed,
say, oh yes,
oh yes,
I'm blessed, I'm blessed,
I'm blessed, I'm
I
blessed,
say, oh yes,
oh yes,
I'm blessed, I'm blessed, say, oh yes,
oh yes,
I'm blessed, I'm blessed,
I'm blessed, I'm
I
blessed,
say, oh yes,
oh yes.
Hi. Today I'll be reading from the Four Agreements. Very young children are not afraid to express what they feel. They are so loving that if they perceive love, they melt into love. They are not afraid to love at all. That is the description of a normal human being. As children, we are not afraid of the future or ashamed of the past. Our normal human tendency is to enjoy life, to play, to explore, to be happy, and to love. But what has happened with the adult human? Why are we so different? Why are we not wild? From the point of view of the victim, we can say that something sad happened to us. And from the point of view of the warrior, we can say that what happened to us is normal. What has happened is that we have the book of law, the big judge, and the victim who rule our lives. We are no longer free because the judge, the victim, and the belief system don't allow us to be who we really are. Once our minds have been programmed with all that garbage, we are no longer happy. This chain of training from human to human, from generation to generation, is perfectly normal in human society. You don't need to blame your parents for teaching you to be like them. What else could they teach you but what they know? They did the best they could, and if they abused you, it was due to their own domestication, their own fears, their own beliefs. They had no control over the programming they received, so they couldn't have behaved any differently. There is no need to blame your parents or anyone else who abused you in your life, including yourself. But it is time to stop the abuse. It is time to free yourself of the tyranny of the judge by changing the foundation of your own agreements. It is time to be free from the role of the victim. The real you is still a little child who never grew up. Sometimes that little child comes out when you are having fun or playing, when you feel happy, when you are painting or writing poetry or playing the piano, or expressing yourself in some way. These are the happiest moments of your life, when the real you comes out, when you don't care about the past and you don't worry about the future. You are childlike.
Let's take a minute and find out what's happening with Open Heart this week and in the weeks to come. Here are your announcements. At Open Heart, we believe in the power of affirmative prayer. Each and every individual and family you see represented here, we continue to pray for you. Our prayer team each morning remembers you, and we hold the space for you, as well as all of you who are a part of our Open Heart family. There are several ways to give to Open Heart: through our Cash App at OHSC901, online at OHSC901.com, or text the word GIVE to 615-422-4290.
A powerful way to start or continue your day is with our daily prayer call. Each morning at 8 a.m. Central Time, a prayer team member provides an inspirational reading and an affirmative prayer. Join us at 901-586-8755.
Please join Unity Christian Church of Memphis for Creating a Meditation Practice. Class starts September 29th from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. following Sunday service. This is a 5-week course, but it will break to celebrate the 72nd anniversary of the church on Sunday, October the 27th at 11 a.m. There's no charge for the class, but you're invited to make a love offering. Ella Aji, certified spiritual life coach and meditation coach, and Fanny Austin, licensed Unity teacher student, will teach you how to meditate, journal your meditation practice, and set up a sacred meditation space to practice. The 5th class is designed for people interested in leading meditation in their community or organization. You can see the contact information on the slide, and please enroll by September 22nd. Men, there's an opportunity that's about raising awareness about prostate cancer and providing crucial health screenings for the men in our community. It will be on Saturday, September the 28th from 10 to 1 at the Alpha Memphis Education Foundation, 4122 Barton in Whitehaven. There'll be free 7-point men's health screening, including PSA prostate cancer screening, testosterone screening, cholesterol, triglycerides, HDL, LDL, and glucose. Lunch and the latest information about prostate cancer will also be provided. It's an opportunity for you, whether you have insurance or not, particularly if you don't have insurance, to get these vital screenings. Hope you will come out.
This is my season for grace, for favor. And this is my season to reap what I have sown.
This is my season for grace, for favor. This is my season to reap what I have sown.
You see, things haven't been perfect, but Lord knows I'm grateful. My life has a purpose, and I know I'm able. I've got a seed in the ground, and it's a blessing, no more stressing. I've got a seed in the ground, and it's growing, and now it's showing.
This is
my season
for grace,
for grace,
for favor.
This is my
season,
it's my season
to reap what I have a song.
This is my season for grace,
for favor. This is my season.
It's my season
to read what I have sown.
Everything is working together for my good. Say it with me.
Everything is working together for my good. Everything is working.
It's working
together
for
my good.
Everything is working together for my good. Let me hear you say it's good. It's good. It's good. It's working for my good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's working for my good. It's good. You know it's good. Yeah. It's good. It's good. You know it's working for my good. It's so good. It's so good. It's good. It's good. It's working for my good. My season for grace and favor. This is my season to reap what I have sown. This is my season. You know it's leaning in my direction. It's leaning in my direction. You know it's leaning
In my direction,
Whose direction is it leaning?
it's leaning.
In my direction. 'Cause this is my season
For
for
grace,
grace,
for
for
favor.
favor. And this is my season.
To reap what I have
I got a seed in the ground. I'ma let it grow. I got a seed in the ground.
Can you feel it? That's right. Can you feel it? I know probably some of you are saying, hey, wait a minute, isn't that the name of a song? Yeah, I'll explain that in a minute. But in the last couple of weeks, we've had several celebrities to make their transition, with James Earl Jones and then Frankie Beverly. Then this past week, Tito Jackson of the Jackson 5. And as I was looking at some of the tributes to Tito, there was one in which they played the song that was probably one of my favorite songs by them when they formed the group, the Jacksons, that was called Can You Feel It? Can You Feel It? And as I watched the video and watched them performing and listened to that music, that song, I thought about something that really became the impetus for today's message. And as you know, one of the things that I expressed to you that I love about Open Heart is the fact that over the years I've been able to be creative in choosing not only sermon titles and topics, but messages and approaches to messages. And this, I think, is no different. It's, it's not based on the song Can You Feel It, but using that particular title, which brings me to something that is really important that I want to talk about this morning. There is a gentleman, his name was Fletch, who was a member of Agape Spiritual Center in Los Angeles, and he also made his transition a number of years ago now. But he used to have this group that was called the Spiritual Posse. It was basically a virtual group, an online group And he would regularly send out newsletters that would teach lessons about things, particularly about living these new thought, ancient wisdom principles to the spiritual process. He was very adamant in his messages and very adamant about the teaching that he expressed. And it was very important for him. And I can remember some of those newsletters, and one in particular, of two that I'm going to discuss. But the first one was where he had been teaching these things, and he had been teaching them also in person. And one particular night, as he was doing his teaching, his students said to him, okay, all of this sounds good. You're giving us these principles and saying that they work for us. Now, proof. And that became something from that particular point on that he sought to do. Not just talk about it, but to be about it or to prove it. And I know that I get caught up in that myself sometimes, if I'm going to be quite honest, that I will look at my own life, look at conditions in my life and things that are happening or not happening in my life. Sometimes I question myself and I say, well, you know, John, you are talking about these principles and teaching these principles. Just how real are they in your life? Just how much are they showing up? And so that is something also that I find myself working on. But in this particular manner, in this particular case, Fletch talks about the fact that there were his students who were saying, prove it to them. And after that, he continually did things to prove the principles and apply them in his own life. And I know that is something that I've been doing, and things have been happening to me. And I'll share those at another time. But I think that this is so vitally important. And as I would remember the things that Fletch wrote in this newsletter, there was something else that was very, very key and vital to him with regard to the teachings, having things expressed in his life. And that was doing intense prayer work, that he was all about prayer and the effects of prayer, and how prayer brought into his life those things that he wished to have manifest. And as a part of that, as a part of recognizing prayer, I'd like to just take a quick few minutes to do a quick review of spiritual mind treatment, or the way of praying that we teach in the thought ancient wisdom in this particular way, in this particular manner. And the way in which I learn, the way in which I use, is that there are 5 steps of spiritual mind treatment. And they don't have to be complicated, but there are 5 steps that I find to be quite helpful. The first step is the recognition stage. Recognition. That is the stage in which we recognize the qualities of God. First of all, we start from the premise, the recognition from the premise is that God is all there is. God is all there is, and there is nothing besides God. God is the one presence and one power in the universe. And as we are setting our purpose, and I'm getting ahead of myself, we first set the purpose for the prayer, what it is we wish to see manifest. Then we go through the 5 stages. Okay, I'm back down. But the recognition stage. So whatever qualities that are a part of that which we wish to have manifest, we begin declaring and recognizing and talking about those qualities as it relates to God. And we know that for ourselves, and we will say that in the prayer, that I know that there is one presence and one power in the universe, and it's God. That God is harmonious, that God is loving, that God is giving, that God is a successful venture, that God is about business, whatever it might be. So we recognize those things and we declare those things. Second stage is the unification stage. And this is also very important. Well, we declare in this stage that whatever is true about God is true about us also. Whatever is true about God, true about us also. And we're not on some type of ego trip or anything else. But we recognize that God is all there is, and if we are God in expression, then what is true about God must also be true for us and true about us. And so we declare those same qualities as being embodied in us that we have expressed when it comes to that. The third stage is the realization stage. This is a very important stage because this is where we take the purpose that we have set and we put it into action. This is when we begin using the language of what it would feel, what it would be like to have happen. I want to see these things unfold in my life. And it's very important. We are not begging here. We also are not including those things that we don't want to have happen. We're not talking about the pain in our lives or the sickness or our lack or anything else. But we are taking and we're already affirming the truth that I'm healthy, whole, and complete. That abundance is my birthright and it's already manifesting and unfolding in our lives. And the important thing about that is that we talk in terms of language of I see it unfolding. I know that it is done. I know that it is true. I see this happening. We describe those things. That very, very important. That's the realization stage. The fourth stage is the Thanksgiving stage. And this is the time in which we already, because we've put in the work, and I'll talk about feelingization in just a moment, but then we become thankful and we express gratitude because it has happened to us, that it is unfolding for us, even before we see it, even before it makes its appearance, even before it manifests. We already know that it's done in the mind of God. And we're thankful for it. And that brings us to the fifth stage, which is the release stage, that we release it into the creative or into the mind of God, knowing that it's done. But that is the release stage that we're happy to be done with. Have that sense of belief, that feeling of relief. You heard me use the example all the time, shooting a basketball, and even before it goes in the net, you already know that it's going to be all net. And you just walk away after having released it. That calm assurance. But it's important, and this is where I'm going with this. And this relates to the subject of our message this morning, our lesson sermon, or however it is we want to term it. And that is that when we start to talk about spiritual mind treatment and prayer, that the feelingization, the feeling it real in our lives becomes vitally, vitally important. That as we utilize this method in our prayers, the feelingization, that is the word I know that comes from Reverend Michael Beckwith. Neville talks about feeling it real, however it is that we want to term it. We don't just talk about it, but that we be about it. The universe it is one that responds to our intense feelings. It doesn't respond to our words, but it responds to feelings that are behind those words. And as we get in what Ernest Holmes talks about, the fire in the belly, and we begin releasing those things before it ever manifests itself, we are already seeing it. We're already living it. We're already being it. We're already seeing unfold. We are using our imagination, and as we use our imagination, we see things happening for us. And he goes on to tell the story that he had a young man who approached him one day in service and said to him, you know, Fletch, I hear you talking all this time about this stuff and about feelingization, but I just don't get it. I just don't get it. And he says, you know, that's impossible because, you know, if you think about it, the whole idea that constantly we are being bombarded with television every 15 minutes or so, and you have several messages in watching television that talk about what if this didn't happen, what if this wasn't true, what if it, all of that begins to just unfold for us in our lives. And he said, but ultimately, you know, what if you change this around, and instead of what ifing yourself to death of things that couldn't happen, what if you were imagining the possibilities and feeling the possibilities? And so he goes on to tell this story that, became, one of his hallmarks of manifesting. And that is that when he and some of the men were on a retreat with Reverend Michael, and he had taken to this bluff overlooking the ocean. And as he stood there looking at the ocean, he decided to move away from the group because he had said to himself, what if I could wake up every morning and look out my bedroom like this? Just saw the ocean, blue ocean, the sky with the sunlight, could hear the birds and the waves rolling back and forth and all of that. So he took some time. And as he did so, he closed his eyes and he began feeling himself in that place. He began feeling himself in his bedroom, looking from his bedroom window and seeing such a scene as that. And he said that, he did so. And as he did so, he found himself, tears of gratitude, tears of appreciation, joy streaming down his face as it became real for him in his mind. And he said that as he was describing that situation to this young man, he said he could almost manifest it again because he had gotten so caught up in the feeling. But as he looked over at the young man, he noticed a young man with his arms folded, his eyebrows cocked up to the ceiling like, yeah, right. And he said while he didn't look down, he felt like he probably was also tapping his foot. And he said to him, that's part of the reason why you don't get it. Because as long as you have your arms crossed and you have your eyebrows arched like, yeah, right, and all of that, this must be impossible, this is not going to work, all of that, then you will not get it. It will not happen. Goes on to talk about a million times over that feelingization is the key. As Neville says, feeling is the secret. And as we feel those things, feeling is the secret. And another very famous message that Neville has that Reverend Knight took it, did it with his own way, which was called the feeling gets the blessing. But understanding that and understanding feelingization, just how vitally important that it is. And understanding that once we do that, recognizing that as we do our prayer work and we have that feeling that the time is now. You don't open your eyes and say, okay, where is it? Where is it? But you recognize that it already is. It's already done in the mind of God. And begin to go on living your life as if. And then before you know it, before you recognize it, realize it, it starts to unfold. It's not always an overnight process, although it can happen overnight. It can happen instantaneously in some cases as well. But as you work on to get into the mode of it unfolding, that's when we begin to see the result. That's when things begin to ultimately happen for us in this way that I'm talking about this morning, and in this way that Fletch talks about. And he goes on to quote the master teacher Jesus. Jesus this said from them, and Jesus said unto them, because of your unbelief, for I say unto you, if you have the faith of a grain of a mustard seed, you shall say to this mountain, remove to that yonder place, and it shall move, and nothing shall be possible. And, you've heard me say this, and he talks about this as well in this particular teaching, and that is we get caught up in thinking that it's the size of the mustard seed in terms of our faith, that we can have just a little faith. The mustard seed is a very tiny seed, and that's all we need. People get caught in that, talking about mustard seed faith, and I know that is something that people have often taught, and that you hear very often in relationship to the size of the seed. But I think that it's important here to recognize that we're not talking about the size of the seed of the grain of mustard. No, we're using the mustard seed as an example of absolute faith. It's absolute faith. Because the mustard seed, even though it is small in its size, the mustard seed is the consciousness of being a mustard seed and the mustard seed alone. Mustard seed doesn't care about any other seeds around it, doesn't know anything about any other seeds around it. It is simply conscious of being a mustard seed, and that's all. That's all it is. It is being conscious of being a mustard seed. In the same manner, and that ultimately, that because it has the conviction of a mustard seed, that ultimately, in due time, that it is sealed in the womb. That's consciousness is sealed in the womb of being in the mustard seed. Much in the same way that the human sperm sealed in the womb is conscious of being a human being and only human. That a grain of mustard seed is truly a measure of faith necessary to accomplish your every objective. But like the mustard seed, you too have to lose yourself in the consciousness of being, doing, or having only the thing that you wish to have manifest, only the thing that you wish to desire in your life. You can hold that and be conscious only of that. Then when you live into this sealed state of being and you hold that until it bursts forth, and it bursts itself and it reveals all of your consciousness. See, faith is the feeling or the consciousness of being of the thing already desired. By faith, God, your consciousness, as Neville says, your wonderful human imagination calls things that are not seen as though they were. And it makes them seen. It makes them manifest. It is faith that makes it possible and enables you to become conscious of being the thing that is desired. It's faith that seals you in this conscious state until your invisible claim ripens to maturity, and then it presents itself. It expresses itself. It is made visible. Faith or feeling is the secret of this appropriation. It is feeling through the consciousness. Desiring is joined to the thing desired. That's that marriage, that mystical marriage. Ask yourself, how would you feel if the thing that you wish to have manifest, the thing that you wish to desire, were to really happen in your world, happen in your life? What would it look like? What would it sound like? What would it smell like? What would it taste like? What kinds of conversations would you be having with someone else? What would you be engaged in a daily manner in that way? When you wake up in the morning, what would be on your mind with regard to that happening, unfolding? Not its absence, but its presence. And as you're able to do so, as you're able to get into the place again of feeling that, you feel that, and you wear that feeling becomes a part of your mood, that you can have that gratitude and express that gratitude even before it shows up, but feeling that it's done, feeling that it's going to happen. I don't know when it's going to happen. I just know it's going to happen. I know that it's already done in the mind of God. Once we begin doing this, and then without effort, this invisible state will objectify itself in our world. Invisible becomes visible. We had just the faith of a mustard seed. Then this day, then the magical substance of feeling seal itself, seal us in the consciousness of being that which we desire. We get into a state of mental stillness. Remember, be still and know, or a tomb-like state, and remain there in our awareness, confident that we don't need anybody to roll the stone away, to move the mountain, stones, the inhabitants, nothing like that is in our sight. None of that. That which we now recognize in this moment to be true of ourselves, the present conscious state, will do according to its nature among all of the inhabitants of the planet. Nobody can stop it. Nobody can do that. What God has for me is for me. And then as we do so, as we have ourselves sealed in this consciousness, then we can see that no one can stop the coming action of the law. Again, quoting Reverend Michael Beckwith, you cannot fool spiritual law. It produces effects in exact correspondence to what is held in your consciousness, no matter in what manner or of sweet or commanding tones that you speak, or you speak your words or you think. The law instantly responds to the consciousness behind the feeling behind them. This conscious state, when properly sealed by faith, is the word of God. It's not something in the book, but the word of God, the I am, but the person sealed, so sealed, is saying, I am that. Whatever you desire, whatever I choose to be, I am. And the word of God, your fixed conscious state is spirit. And it cannot return unto me void, but it must accomplish that whereunto it is sent. Because God's word, your consciousness, must embody itself, that you may know. That you may know that I am the Lord. There is no God before me. Isaiah 45, 5 and 6. And then John 1 and 14. The word was made flesh and it dwelt among us. That as we do so, and as we find ourselves in this manner, that we have the feelingization, we understand this, and as we seal this consciousness, seal ourselves in our consciousness, then this self-expression that is sealed as the grain of mustard seed comes into fullness, into season. And it's important. And, you think about the fact of the matter is that the master teacher Jesus, when he was began talking, talked about, with regard to prayer, whatsoever things you pray for, believing that you have them and you shall say to them. He didn't say maybe. He didn't say maybe it might happen. He didn't say it would probably work. He didn't say, well, 9 times out of 10. He didn't say it would be God's will. He said, pray these things believing. And in our believing, it's sealing ourselves in consciousness. These things come forth. These things begin to happen. And once we remember this, once we begin using our imagination, and as we use our imagination, and as we see these things unfolding, we hear them unfolding, we taste them unfolding, we recognize them unfolding, we feel them unfolding. And as we do so, these things happen for us. These things unfold for us. I can remember sharing the story about Greg Braden. My father and mine used to be up in San now. But as an example, the Greg Braden, who was a scientist, he had written a book called The Lost Secret of Prayer. And he tells about one of the occurrences that happened for him. And that was that he was going to visit a Native American shaman, a person who was known for being very effective in his work. And as he was talking to him about his way of praying, about his way of approaching nature and spirit and all of that, he said that the man invited him to come with him because he was going to basically pray rain. So he said that they walked up to this particular clearing, and he noticed that he had a prayer circle there with rocks. That man stood in between the rock, that circle, in the middle of that circle. He closed his eyes. He stood there for a few moments, and then he brushed his face, turned to Greg Braden and said, okay, let's go have lunch. And Greg Braden was a little bit puzzled. And he said for a minute, but is that all you did to pray for rain? The man corrected him. He said, I prayed. He said, I prayed rain. There's a difference. He said that as I stood there, that in my mind's eye, I already saw it raining. I felt like what it would feel like with the rain flowing on my face, blowing in my face, my hair. Saw me wipe my face after a few moments. That was because I was having that feeling of the rain being on my skin. I was hearing the rain as it hit the ground, feeling it on top of my head, and all of the things that the rain manifested. So in that way, I didn't pray for rain, but I prayed rain, body rain happening, body rain. Like Greg Braden says,
that sure enough, it hadn't rained for several weeks, but as they were making their way to their location for lunch, rain started to fall. And again, when we started talking about prayer and about feeling it real, asking the question, can you feel it? That is the method. That is the way. That is the approach that we take. So my question to you today, whatever desires or manifestations, things that you wish to have happen in your life, things that you're praying about, praying to manifest and unfold in your life, can you feel peace, abundant blessings? Amen. Ashe.